I wanted to introduce you guys to Joanne Boltz.
Hi, everyone.
Joanne is the founder of Real Boss Women. She is a former team leader. She had a team. I think she still has a small team, a top producing realtor in Atlanta, Georgia. She actually has an event. You guys should go to her page and a company called Real Boss Women. I absolutely love it. She does training over there, and she has a bunch of different products that she sells. And she is a firecracker. I love Joanne, so smart. And she's here to talk to you guys about Canva. And then next week, I don't know if it's next week or the week after, she's going to talk to us about text campaigns.
Yeah, it's the next week, and it's list building through email and text campaigns.
Yes. So make sure you guys show up for that as well. So Joanne, I'm going to let you take it over. Thank you for your time. I'm really excited to have you here.
Okay. So this is all Thrive EXP members. Is that correct? Can I get like y'all can yell in the chat at me?
Yep. And
okay.
More and more people will be coming on. Yesterday, I think we had 25 people on.
Okay, awesome. So the way that I run a lot of my little bitty lunch and learns is very interactive. If you have a question, either throw it in the chat or raise your hand and let me know, because the best way for you to get value out of this session is to ask the questions that you need to ask, and don't ever be afraid to interrupt me. My goal is at the end of this for you to be able to tag me on Instagram and say, I learned something today that I'm going to implement. So let's get started. Can I share my screen, Tanya? Is that?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Well, maybe. Okay. I'm going to have to put my glasses on because y'all, I'm old. Okay. Do you guys see Canva on your screens?
Yep.
Okay. Now, does everyone use Canva, or is anyone like brand new to this concept? We all use it? We're all pretty good at it? Okay, great. Here's a couple of things that I wanted to point out that I've learned throughout the last couple of years of using Canva that has really helped me level up my game. And so that's why Tanya wanted me to point them out to y'all. And here, like the very first one that I'm going to show you is, how many of you hope that people find you online at some point, either on your YouTube or on your Instagram or your Facebook? You're all using social media. Well, one of the best ways to drive traffic to your social media sites is through Google searches. Here's where Canva comes into play with that. And I bet you didn't even know this. Up here in the top right corner, where I have day one Winston Churchill. This is a graphic that I've attached to a video. Well, if I were to just download this right now on Canva, I hit the share and I go and just hit download, it would name it day one Winston Churchill. There is nothing SEO, search engine optimization, related about someone searching that would bring them to me just from the name of that graphic in that video. Can we all agree with that? Right. What happens though is when you take something that you have created here in Canva or Photoshop or anywhere else, what you name it and then you put it on your social media actually gets embedded into the social media site. So if you upload this to Instagram, it looks like a post or a video on your Instagram. On the back end of technology, it is embedded into Instagram's site. So if you would just have day one Winston Churchill, it's only going to show up if someone's Googling Winston Churchill. But if you named it Tanya Van Rickley's quote of the day from Winston Churchill, or here's how I sell homes the Winston Churchill way, whatever it is that has maybe a higher SEO value of searchability, now not only have you posted it to your social sites, you've given a trigger word for Google to crawl you. And that is how, when you're searching for stuff online, and maybe you search for me and it brings up my Facebook page or my Instagram page, it's because my name is all over the back end embeddedness of those sites. So what I always tell everyone to do when they're using Canva is think through, is there anything about what you're creating that could have good, solid SEO? And if so, name it that. And always try to put your name. So I would actually go back in here and name this quote of the day, like something that I know what it is. So maybe it's quote of the day with Joanne Boltz of eXp Realty. Now, does this graphic I'm designing, this video I'm putting together, really need to have the words eXp Realty in it? Heck no, it doesn't. I am now optimizing what I'm creating in Canva to be searchable online so that when I do upload it, wherever it is I want it, my website, my Instagram, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, my Pinterest, wherever, it now has SEO grabability. And no one taught me that, which is why I now teach it to everybody. I always thought SEO was just the hashtags you stick and stuff, and it really starts here at what we're creating. Tanya, sorry, what'd you say?
I had no idea any of this was a thing. So thank you.
I like to teach you the things that you may not already know. It's not just a Canva lesson, folks. It's how to get found on social media and the internet. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that? No. Great. Okay. We'll move on then. Here's the other thing that I love to do. If you haven't already optimized your Canva to be easy to use, then now's the time to do so. Over on the left-hand side, and now I'm on the pro version of Canva, which is like $18 a month, totally worth the money. If there's anything else you spend money on in your real estate careers, I do recommend upgrading to pro, because you need Canva for more than just removing the backgrounds off of stuff. But once you've done that, you can come over here down under tools and brand and open it up. You can actually upload into Canva all of your brand stuff. So if you have your own real estate team's logo or color fonts or text fonts that you like to use, color schemes, you want to go ahead and put the eXp logo in here so you don't have to search it every time. You can go over here and just hit add new, name your brand however you want. This one's Real Boss Women. You can have as many brand templates as you want. And then you can add logos in. You can insert brand colors. If I wanted to do a new color, I could just put the href right in there and it will always show up the exact pink that I like to use. Or I've got 2 different yellows I like to use. Or if you want to do the eXp one, that's fine. Whatever fonts you like to use. If they're not already in Canva naturally, like one of my main fonts, it's hard to read it here. It's called Polyester. It wasn't one that Canva naturally had. So I downloaded the font file from Google. I just found it online. And then I uploaded it right into Canva. Well, now anytime I create stuff, all I have to do is tell it, bring up my brand information, and there it is right there for you. You don't have to keep remembering what the particular href is or color code is for the green that you need. The other thing you can do, does anyone on here run a team? Are we all single agents?
Mm-hmm.
Have admins maybe?
Yeah, I have an admin.
Okay, so this is a really good one to do. Under brand templates, you can actually create a brand template if you like how all of your listing presentations look or all your notepads to look, or if you have certain documents that you send out over and over again to your clients, but you want your admin to recreate them over and over again. Or as you grow a team, if you want your buyer's agents to be able to utilize something in a templated fashion, you can create a brand template. That way you control the main look of it. They get to customize it how they want. And you don't have to worry that they're off doing stuff that doesn't reflect you and your team name or you as an agent or your company. So utilizing the brand feature of Canva is just one of those really easy. It doesn't take long to set up, but you'll thank yourself later when you do.
I do have a question. So you had showed us last time, like, for example, if we go in and we create a presentation. Okay. So if you go, I'm going to create a presentation. I did this before and I don't know how to do it again. Is we you create a presentation and then you add brand colors, and it takes the whole templated presentation to add your brand colors. How do you do that again? So if you go into
which piece are you talking about?
Okay, so if you go here, presentations, like let's grab this presentation that says real estate right there, like down real estate.
Okay.
So grab that one. This is real estate.
This one?
Nope,
that one.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Okay.
And so if you were to apply all those pages, where do you go to add your brand colors to these? Because I've done that before and it added all of my brand colors and I don't know how to do that again.
Yeah. So I just went down in here and clicked it and come up here to color. And it'll bring up the document colors that are already there or the Real Boss Women colors. And I can add another palette if I want, but I can make everything green and hit change all. So everything that's currently green I want it all to go pink.
Okay, so I get that, but there was a button, and maybe this is off the topic, but there was a button that basically took the entire presentation and mixed all your brand colors into it automatically.
I think that is under style. Real Boss Women, apply to all pages. And it's picking up black because that's the first one under my color thing. But I could also tell it shuffle and go pink more or green and apply to all pages. And it will change everything to my color scheme. And so you just pull it up, go under styles. It's the brand I already selected.
Okay, that's fun. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Because I think that's great. Like when people are creating flyers and stuff.
Yeah.
They just go down to the flyers and hit style, and then all the colors are your colors.
Yep. You can also, I love backgrounds. It'll pull up your own colors and you can say, nope, I want every background to just be this particular yellow. So you can change little pieces as well. Really easy.
Love that.
So here's one I want to show y'all that I'm going to make a copy of it so that I don't. Oh, pro tip, by the way, because I learned this. You don't actually have to hit save in Canva. It just automatically saves everything you do. So if it is something you want to use more than once, you need to save it to a folder or a project and make a copy of it to start messing with it and changing it. Otherwise, guess what? You don't have your original anymore. But I keep everything under projects. I put everything under folders. Nope, that's not the folder I wanted to do. I wanted to do my website. So where's what? It moves things around all the time. Website pieces. Okay. So for my particular website, I created a quiz people can take. Once they take the quiz, they can give me their email address. I will send them all this information and I capture them in my database, which is fantastic. What I discovered and I love about Canva is you can create a piece like this is my curated playlist. Now for you guys, you may not have a podcast. You may not need a curated playlist to send people. So create a vendor list, right? Because that's something you'd give your clients a lot, a vendor list. We used to have to update ours all the time. Well, if you make it once in Canva, you can create links right here. So I could put a graphic of call me now or email them now and just click it. Click up here in the top right that says link, and you can put the link that you want to send them to. And here's the best piece of it. You can update this. And if you have embedded it anywhere, it will automatically embed. So let me walk you through that. I can hit share, come down here to the more button and hit embed. And now I've got my HTML embed code or smart embed link. So if I'm an agent and I'm going to utilize my vendor list in lots of ways, maybe I'm going to text it to my people. Maybe it's going to be in a email drip campaign for clients when they sign on as a seller for me. Hey, here's vendors you may not, you may need along the way. Maybe I'm going to put it in a drip campaign post closing. Now that you're in your home, you might need these vendors. Maybe I'm going to have it easily accessible for people on my website. You could use a vendor list in 1,000 different ways. But instead of having to always have it downloaded onto your phone or downloaded onto your desktop and worrying if you update it that it's going to not be the same everywhere, you embed it wherever you want it. Most email service providers will let you embed straight into the, into a drip campaign email that you've already set up. And then if you go in here and change the wording or change the link, it automatically changes everywhere you've embedded it.
I love that. But I will say that when I've tried something like this, some people haven't been able to open it unless they have had Canva. So how do you?
So you shared a Canva link. So there's a difference. If you embed it, it's like embedding it into a website. So over here in my email service provider, I actually just I'm doing an email right now in part of one of my drip campaigns, subject lines you can swipe and use. And I took the embedded, so hang on, back over here at Canva. Where'd you go, little guy? I have a million Canva things open. So I hit share, more, embed. I hit copy on the HTML embed code. And then under source code, when I'm creating the email for the drip campaign, I just copy and pasted it right there and it shows up. Let me show you what it looks like. Now, this is a different one I created, but there's my entire document, 12 pages that I wanted to be able to send them. But if I ever want to change anything on that document, I can do it straight from Canva. It populates everywhere. Tanya, what you're talking about is if you go share a link.
Yes.
There's template links and a sign in is required because it's a sign in. You can also share a link to watch, like a video. You can give them that link and they can watch it without having to sign into Canva. Or a view only link. View only link is probably what you want to send them because that's the one that they can open without having to have Canva. Another thing I really like to do, especially if you're creating something like a vendor list and you want to just hand it out like candy to your people, you can click QR code and it will automatically create a QR code for anything you're creating. And you can give that to your people. And again, I don't know how many people now have my vendor list. Maybe they've passed it on to their friends and family and everybody else. You can brand that vendor list with your name, your contact information, your colors. And right here, if you want to update it, you update it. And then whoever's utilizing your QR code to get to something, boom, it updates in their stuff. And you don't have to worry about it being outdated for people.
Gabrielle has a question.
So I missed, where do you create this? Like, what is this called and how do you add those links in there?
You can create anything you want in Canva. This for me in particular, I created a document.
Oh,
So I just went home. You can hit create a design. And for that particular one, I was just showing you, I did a A4 document, which is just a PDF. Or you can do a presentation. If you want to do say your listing consultation, you want to create a presentation. You can create an entire presentation, put automatic transitions, timing. You can actually add your audio to it.
Well, the other thing is, I think you could probably search
at the end of the day. Like I can open up anything I've created. Let's say it's, I did.
How do you add that link?
Yep. I added a podcast yesterday.
I assume this is all pro, right?
This is pro, $18 a month, the best money you'll ever spend.
Okay.
So which link do you want me to go back through? The link for them to view it or the link in the presentation?
Like the link in once you open that, that form, how do you put the links on it?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like your little carrots there, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, let me go back to it. So you're going to laugh at how easy this is. I literally for this went over to the left-hand side on elements. I wanted an arrow. So I put arrow, search for whatever I wanted it to look like. Okay. Like, oh, yeah, maybe that's the one you want. it automatically popped it onto the page. I sized it and put it on the page where I wanted it. Then I went over here to this little color icon. It pulls up my brand colors. So I gave it a color. Now, if someone were to click on this on, wherever they're opening it from, I want them to make it clickable. So I just,
Right.
it's still highlighted. You can tell it's highlighted. Go up here to the little link thing and stick a link in.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
And you guys, a lot of you are using this for open house flyers, listing presentations, what have you. And if you go up to the top and just search listing presentations, open house flyers, there's already hundreds of templates. You just make it yours.
So here's the only thing you really have to remember again is if you change it, it changes everywhere you sent the link out to. I'm going to say that again. If you change it, it sends it everywhere to the link. So one of the best things you can do for like an open house, throw a text box in on your presentation or whatever you're building. And like, let's just say the price right now is $1 million. Okay. And then I throw my house photos. I throw the listing photos in. Everything's beautiful. I'm handing it out like candy as I'm canvassing a neighborhood and doing circle prospecting. Oh no. Tomorrow morning, the price drops to $975. If I have sent this out and embedded it in my emails or a QR code, and that's how people are looking at it, all I have to do now is go in and make that $975.
Nice.
And it updates automatically. Now, I can't update the physical flyer I put in your hands at Circle Prospecting, but if I put a QR code on that flyer and they scan that QR code, it's going to bring this flyer up, and now they've got the updated price, which comes in wonderfully in drip campaigns and email sequences that you set up, by the way, or your website.
Or I love the vendor list. Like everyone tries to figure out, what should I send? Well, send a vendor list. That's perfect.
Yep. Here's my QR code for my vendor list. Keep it with you at all times. I update it on the regular. And it's fantastic. You just have to remember to go in and update your own information and not delete it or use it as a template for something else by accident. I've done.
Remember, you can just go in and search vendor list or that kind of thing.
Or create under home, create a project. Up here, you just hit the little arrow, add new folder, and you can create, list seller items or everyday things that we send out or stuff specifically to your website. You can bucket things in folders here as projects in Canva so that you can easily find them later. Now, one of the other things I wanted to show you guys is creating a design. If you're using, YouTube, or you want to do reels or anything like that, that maybe you want some help with on Canva, you can go under here under create a design, and legitimately it's almost endless, everything that you need to create, and it's pre-sized for you. But if I wanted to do let's see, a YouTube video, YouTube channel logo, banner, live stream video, profile picture. I mean, a video chapter, like it's almost endless, the things I can do right here in Canva for YouTube. You see, I noticed I picked YouTube shorts. Well, it's already sized how YouTube wants their shorts done. So now I'm like, oh, but I want my own video. I don't want it to look like I created it in Canva. That's fantastic. Go over to the left-hand side, go to uploads. You can record yourself straight into Canva by hitting the record yourself button, or upload your own files. So images, videos, or just Audible. Like if I were to take a video here that I had created, and hopefully I can mute it. Just bring it over, drag it, drop it. It's right there. And if I need to shorten it, clip it, cut it, I can just go down here on the bottom, drag it to where I actually want it to start, shorten it where I want it to be. Boom. Now I took a 45-minute video I did, created a 30-second clip that can go on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or TikTok or wherever you want it. If you're like, but Joanne, there's a video, I want a cover page to it. Okay, no big deal. Go back to images and throw in a cover page. It's drag and drop. But
So
you don't want
question,
the cover page to be 5 minutes or 5 seconds of your 30-second. You want it to be like 1 second. So if I highlight the image, go up here to the timer, I can say overall, I want that to be 1 second and I want the rest of it to be its natural time, or this needs to happen in 15 seconds.
wow. Question for you. I have most of my videos on YouTube. So if I embedded a YouTube link, would I also have the ability to crunch it here and that kind of thing?
You would. Here's what you do. Left-hand side, scroll all the way down. There's this blue little thing called embeds. Right from here, you can embed stuff from your YouTube channel and then play with it. Or Spotify or Twitter. You can pull something off your Instagram page, off of your Facebook page, straight from Giphy if you have a login to Giphy, Pinterest.
Wow.
I mean, you can pull all kinds of stuff in here.
Because I was going to pay someone to go and take all my videos and pull out all of my clips and save them somewhere for shorts. But now I could just go get all those YouTube videos and have them.
Yeah. So all you really need to do is the link. This is really just kind of telling you what you can embed. But if you have your YouTube link, you put it right there and then you can pop it straight in.
Oh my gosh. I love you, Joanne.
Right? Like, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, I think, with Canva. I sound like I should be employed by them or get affiliate marketing, and I don't. But legitimately, I can remember the days of being a real estate agent when I would pay someone $7,000 to revamp my website, and it would take 4 months of doing. Well, guess what? If I really wanted to, right now, I could go in and create a website on Canva. They now have that ability. Boom, right here. No big deal. Or I would have my admin spend hours debating like, okay, we just created a notepad that we want to give out for Christmas. Now that we've created it, where in the heck do we go and send the file to get printed and shipped to us so that then we can get them to our clients as a pot buy gift? Holy hell, that took forever. Well, now if I create something like, hang on, I'll show you again. I have a folder for merchandise, I think. Merchandise. So I decided to get kind of, whatever. And I started searching on create design and I found one that said letterhead. Okay, this is awesome. So went in, pulled my brand logos in, my brand colors. We use this confetti as one of my logos over here under background. Oops, sorry, under logo. Duh. I use this confetti all the time. It's over here next to the microphone. And so we pulled it in and I played with it. The lines were already here because I utilized the already done Canva template of letterhead. I just had to then do the background color. I added my stuff to it. I added my logo. I can go right over here to share, print my design, and it asked me, what do I want to print? And I told it letterhead. I could create a notebook out of this. I could create all kinds of a bound document if you want to do your listing presentations in here. So we just told it letterhead, notebooks, and then it asked us throughout the ordering process, like, do we want them to be 25 pages, 50 pages, 100 pages? Filled in the information. Our credit cards is already in Canva because we order a subscription to the Pro. Boom, it ordered them. I had them within 3 days. I also created a notepad.
Are they using like Vistaprint or something?
They use a couple different companies. It's not Vistaprint. Sometimes I find that the quality is just as good as Vistaprint. Sometimes it's not. But for me, it's the easeability that I don't need to worry if I have bleed lines or not bleed lines. And did I have it in a vector or not a vector? Is my JPEG high enough quality that when they print it, it's going to look good? I just utilize Canva for almost everything we order now, including t-shirts. Like you can order t-shirts straight out of Canva. They may not be the Southern Comfort ones that you want, so think that through. But if you really wanted a fast and easy way to order, create it in Canva, hit print design, select how you want to order it, and boom, you've got stuff for your clients. So easy.
What would you, so a lot of agents here are newer agents or they're kind of getting their mojo back. What would you say would be like your top tips in terms of creating open house flyers, creating just listed, just sold? Like, what are your tips for those to make it really easy for them?
It depends on if you want to print it out or just have it something that they can. I'm a big believer in people pick up something at an open house and they chunk it the second that they're not in front of you. So instead, what I would do is go and create a flyer, create design. You can hit flyer, landscape, portrait, whatever you want it, to look like. Campaign flyer, you can customize the size. Let's just go for portrait. And I'm going to pull in this just for kicks and giggles. If you kind of just hover it over it, it'll throw it on there automatically. You can even move around individual little pieces of the flyer. But let's just say this was my open house flyer. I don't know that I'd print it because that's costly and nobody keeps that stuff. So at that point, what I'm going to do is hit share. I'm going to hit more. I'm going to make it a QR code. Turn this design into a QR code, generate it. It wants to know where you want to, where do you want to send people to, but then get the QR code and hand that out to people. Put that on something standing in your open house. They can just
like
scan it.
Open house flyer, like put it in a flyer holder. And
yeah.
say,
So that they just scan because people want easeability.
Yeah.
And they, so give it to them, make it easy with a QR code.
Well, you can even print that flyer, put the QR code on it.
Absolutely.
And have it in a frame and have them scan it right there.
Yep.
And that's great because then the price changes a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I would put some wording on it that says scan here, for updated pricing or updated information, or, hey, Mr. or Miss walk through my open house. If you want to know tomorrow if this thing went under contract, just pull up this QR code. We will keep all the information accurate for you.
I love that because they could also share it, like scan here for more information and to share with anyone that's interested in
But
this
now
stuff.
you've got a different script to have with them that doesn't sound like every agent that is hosting an open house. Your conversation is not necessarily, oh my gosh, sign in here so I can prove to my sellers you were here and I can capture your fake information that you're going to lie about when you write this down. No, your conversation and script with them is, you know what? If you have any interest in this home at all, scan this QR code or just take a picture of it and save it to your phone, because 3 days from now, if you can't remember what the photos look like, or you want to know if it went under contract or have there been any pricing changes, you don't even have to call me. You can just bring this code up and it'll give you all the updated information. I know that goes against every real estate agent's heart of hearts to not capture the information and force a potential buyer to call you to get anything updated. But think about you as a consumer. Are you more likely to actually keep that QR code if you think it's going to be easy to get the information? Or are you going to back away from giving me the information that I need because you're afraid I'm going to bug you?
Yes.
So when you become the agent who's not obnoxious, you're also more likely to be the one that they do call. Whole different mind shift.
Something that I just created in here was a workbook. I know there's like you can create buyer workbooks and seller workbooks and that kind of thing. And you can get those also from Keeping Current Matters. Have you done anything like that in here?
Create a flyer?
Workbooks, like a buyer workbook, a seller workbook.
I think we did at one point, but it's really stinking easy because you can just hit create design and put workbook.
Yep.
Worksheet. One thing that I created was, I just did this. Hang on. Where is it? I promise. Like, this is how much I use Canva. Like, it's all over the place. Oh, I created a workbook for my list building class, a progress tracker. And all you do is you start with page 1, you build it out. You can hit duplicate page or add page, and it will always add more in. And then I just kept going and kept going and kept going. So now this thing is like 13 pages long, no big deal, 15 pages. I embedded it onto, into the master class that I was teaching. So I can just send them a link and they can have it. And if I change it, it's already there. Or you can hit share if you want something like a buyer presentation or listing presentation you want to print out, no big deal. Print the design, go down here to notebooks or bound documents, make it a bound document and print it out right from there.
I love that because I just created a workbook for Thrive for our agents, like tracking and all of that. And I didn't embed it. I was like, oh crap, like I've added things and deleted things.
Right. So if you made a presentation for someone and it looks different, oh crap, now I have to give it to them again.
Yes. Thank you for that. Because I'm like, how do I do this? I love the embedded.
My favorite thing to do is to take control of your website, because honestly, nobody goes to a real estate agent's website to look at homes. I mean, if we're all honest with ourselves, like they're going to go to realtor.com or Zillow or something else to find it. So if we're lucky enough to land them on our website, then I want to be able to create great freebies for them to download. Even if they don't get their information, just take this for free. I create blogs in Canva.
Can you show us, do you have a website where you can show us where you've actually embedded Canva stuff and where? Because a lot of people have the like KV Core websites, and a lot of people don't have separate websites with IDXs.
Yeah, I can show you that too in a second.
Do you know, Joanne, with a EXP's KV Core website, is there a blog feature where we could blog?
I don't know that, but I'll show you how you can do it.
There, you can blog in KV Core. You can put blogs. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Okay, so here I created this header in Canva. It's just a JPEG. Then as you scroll down, I actually recorded this video straight into Canva. I'm wearing the same shirt today. Yay. I clearly don't have a big enough closet. And I recorded it straight into Canva. I embedded this into my website. So if I ever go back to that video and change it, I don't then have to re-upload it to the website. It's there, it's changed, and it's updated. Here's that curated playlist you guys just looked at in Canva. This is what it looks like embedded on my website. And I'll show you if I can go back to it. Which one is this?
It's looking great.
Hang on.
Better than the website that you showed me a year ago. Somebody else is managing.
I've gotten better. Let's see.
Well, it was the one that you didn't create, remember?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so right now, this is what's on that website. And it says, if you notice, letting go of failure mentality. Do we all see that? Now, if I go back up here and change it, let's just say, I'll just make the words Joe's World. It might take a second. Well, of course, it's going to be slow right now. I just did this like yesterday. Hang on. Maybe I have to refresh here. There it is, updated. I didn't even have to touch my website. I just went into Canva and did it because I'd already embedded it.
Wow.
Now, I will tell you, because I do help this along, but there's a lot of natural blonde in me. And because I use Canva so much, I do make sure sometimes I go against my own rule of thumb about SEO, and I will put the words do not delete like as the title of this because I want to remember myself, or don't change because I want to remind myself I embedded this somewhere. So if I change it, it's going to change throughout my world. So now I need to take that off because that's a live link.
So, okay. So question is, so again, going back to email campaigns, right? Using your email, sending out an email once a month. If we were to use the embedded link, right? We create this email, we do a mass email, and we put the embedded link in there. Is it going to come up as a graphic, or is it going to come up as an embedded link? And the reason why I ask, because sometimes if you take a link, it doesn't come up as a graphic. And so what I'll do is I will screenshot or I'll snip it and go, here's the link, but also here's the image.
So it depends on your email service provider. I use Kajabi for almost everything that I do now. And most of them actually do this. When you create an email, let's see what this says. Let's just play with it for a second. I'm gonna go back and grab my HTML copy. You might have to use the smart embed link. But if I come down here and go up to source code and source it in, it's right there in the email.
Okay. Yeah.
You're probably, Tanya, you're probably putting links and not using the source code, which is the HTML.
Well, I have a confession. I didn't know what the hell a source code was.
Okay, so Tanya can now go on Instagram when we're done and be like, I learned something today from It's Joanne.
Yes.
That's what your source code is. And again, now if I wanted to create that as something that goes out to in a drip campaign or an email sequence that anyone who, post closing, everyone gets, they will always have my updated vendor list or whatever it is I've created there. And again, I'm going to take that out because it is a live email in my system. I love guinea pigs. I could go on for like 3 more hours, but I also don't want to blow your brains with some stuff or overwhelm you too much. So is there any question that anyone has at this point? Brad is laughing at me. I see you, Brad. I see you laughing.
I have a question. So, how do you get a QR code on a T-shirt? And how does that? Is that the same process that you showed with the merchandise?
Yep.
Going through Canva with merchandise?
Yep. You can take it. Oh, crap. We changed that. That's not going to work for me. So if I wanted to create a QR code for this, I can go to more. I can generate my QR code. Generate my QR code. Okay. Now I can download this QR code. Come back. Let me add a page down here. See where I'm doing that? Just pull that QR code right on up. Make it as big or small as I want it. And then under share, go print my design and go t-shirt. So it took a few more steps because first you have to generate the QR code, but you can print it or you can send this to your t-shirt printer and you can see how it's going to look on it. It's showing you both because I had 2 pages to the design. So if I didn't want like that, I would just delete that page. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Or you can just do front and back like you got there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You can pick style women, what color do you want the shirt to be? What sizes do you want? How many do you want? And again, you could send this design to your t-shirt printer if you have a specific, like, I love Southern Comfort t-shirts. I'm only going to give my people those t-shirts. Great. You don't control who's you're getting them from through Canva. So send it off to your graphic t-shirt designer. If you could care less what brand of t-shirt it is, it's more about getting the QR out there for everyone, then just order it straight from here and you can play with it.
Okay, cool.
I'm all about easeability. Like, how easy can I make this?
Oh my gosh, I need simplicity in my life. So hey.
And if you
This
don't know
works.
if they do it, like, do they do Yeti mugs? Nope, they don't. Do they do coffee mugs?
While you're looking at that, Joanne, I wanted to tell you guys about a class that's tomorrow where Canva uploads into it. It's called Social Proof. And it's basically he's going to go over all the trends in social media, what's working, what's not working. And then he has a platform that actually is very affordable, and it actually helps manage all your social media. It's kind of like HubSpot, but it's easier, and it posts as HubSpot. And if you have like admins and stuff like that, you can give them access. And the best part about it is it literally tracks and measures where all your social media is and what's working in one.
Yep. It's called hot links, and it's looking at where the heat mapping, and it's looking at where are you driving traffic from so that you can do more of that.
Yeah. So that's tomorrow from 12 to 1, and it integrates with Canva.
Where is
I'm
that,
going to
though?
show you one last thing, if you'll bear with me, because this one I also really, really enjoy. If you want to just create, let's just say a web page. Can we just do a web page? So see, I didn't know. Well, I mean, I really did, but I'm showing you, like, I didn't know. So you go to web and, oh, one page website. Yep. Now, you know what I could do here? Just like I created my vendor link, I could brand this to myself. I could put in wording that I want to send you to other places on the internet. And do you know what this could replace? How many of you guys use Instagram? It doesn't replace Instagram. But on Instagram, you know how everyone has the link tree? Link in bio, and then the link tree, and that's one more login you have to remember. The free version of Linktree, you can only do so much with. If you want it branded to you with your colors, your logo, your information, which you always should want everything branded to you, you actually have to pay Linktree. Now, Linktree isn't expensive on a yearly basis. I think it's only $20, but hey, that's $20. And I need a login every time I want to throw in a new link to my link page. Whereas I could create one right here in Canva and use that instead. You could, oh, that's ugly. You could you could create your own Linktree page, however you want it to look, as branded to you about it as you want. So again, remember, I'm all about easeability and efficiency. If I can cut $20 a year out of Linktree off my budget, and at the same time, remove one more login that I or my admin team needs to have written down somewhere, because every time we want to change a darn link or update to the current listing that we're trying to push people into, or schedule an appointment with me through my Calendly link, or whatever it is you want people to have access to through Instagram, which you can't put links in your Instagram, post, you have to put it on that link page. Why not? If you're already using Canva, why not create it right here in Canva? And that way, as you update it in Canva, it updates on Instagram at the same time. No extra passwords, no extra anything needed. And if you don't want it to be this big, resize it. Just come up here to resize. If you're like, nope, it's too fat, I need it skinnier, Well, then maybe we're going to make our width 1200 and our height 900 and just resize it. And you just have to then take, what you've created on it and make it bigger or make it fit your page.
Did Brad have a question, Brad?
What?
Asking if Brad had a question.
No, not really. Just blowing my mind here is all. Like I've used this very little, and
About to become your best friend.
yeah, you and me are gonna be good pals.
Yeah, I'm here. Like,
Thanks.
I'm like, I could fire so many people off my team that I was paying to do stuff now that I know how to do this, or I can just empower them to do it and keep it all nice in one location.
And Joanne,
I
do you have?
I had no idea of the versatility and the breadth and depth of what you can do with this. Like,
Yeah.
I just had no idea.
And it's going to make your life so much easier. Here's something I personally do, and we do this all the time on my team because I have a podcast called The B Word. So we have, let's see. Let me see if I've got, yeah, okay. So we keep templates for stuff that we do to announce new episodes that we've dropped. You'll see like the templates themselves. This is an Instagram reel. This is for Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram post, or another Instagram reel. The beauty of this is if I wanted to open this up, this is already sized to be perfect for Pinterest. And I push a lot of traffic to my website through Pinterest. FYI, ladies, sorry, Brad, but you guys are in real estate. If you're not using Pinterest to push people to your website, shame on y'all, because you know what one of the biggest search things on Pinterest is? Home ideas. So blog like crazy over this year's color schemes and styles and kitchen looks and bathroom looks, and then put a link on everything you do straight to your website. Pinterest is like the easiest way for you to generate traffic, but I digress. If I wanted to take this one size and go, okay, well, now it's perfect for Pinterest, but I also want it to be a Facebook post, you can just go up to resize. If you don't know the sizes, you click show more. Let's see, I would like it to be a Facebook cover or a Instagram post, which is square. Copy and resize. Okay, now maybe it doesn't look exactly like I wanted it, but I can easily just highlight some stuff and change the shaping and play with it versus starting all over. So it's going to save me time as well.
Yeah. So we have 5 more minutes. Joanne, is there a place that you can point them to? I know you have a couple courses. You have some more videos on marketing and that kind of thing. I have a hard stop because I have a.
Yeah, I know. And that's fine. You can go to Instagram. I'm at It's Joanne Boltz, and you can DM me for any kind of help or videos that you want me to send your way, or just questions you have on Canva. The course I've got is actually about utilizing your email list to increase your business by 67%. So I really recommend you guys hold off on that one and just join me in 2 weeks when I start going through the masterclass, because a lot of this comes together and how to utilize this in your email list. Because
she's actually going to be on as a guest in 2 weeks.
Yep. Because we have been pitifully bad at drip campaigns as real estate agents, and you actually could use them to generate your business. But anytime you've got a question, just drop into Instagram and DM me. It's probably the fastest way for me to send you in the right direction of where you need to go look.
Join her podcast.
Oh, always listen to the podcast, The B Word.
She has a great Facebook group, Real Boss Women.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, my podcast is probably my favorite. I give a lot of actionable tips on it. Yesterday, I went through 6 ways to avoid the spam filter for email.
Nice. All right, Joanne, as always, I appreciate you, and I'm really looking forward to the list building class. You guys, so by the way, Joanne, a lot of these people are in Thrive, but several of them are in Jean Frederick's organization. So they're not even in our, they're not even in our line. And what I'd love for you guys to do is Joanne, they do Wake Up Wednesdays, and it's actually a really good place for you to plug into. I think there must have been 53 people on there, and it's basically Jean Frederick's assistant, Peggy Delano. She actually hosts it. A lot of really great people, top producers, leaders. But you guys that are in Jean Frederick's line, which we all are, please share this because, if this is valuable to you, I'm sure it's going to be valuable to everybody else. And I will have this as a video, and I'll post it in our page, which is Thrive Real Estate Network in YouTube. And then Joanne, if she wants to do something with it, she can too.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks very much.